Hey, everybody, on this episode of Box Office Breakdown, Amy's favorite film to pronounce, scale to the top of the box office. We're going to break it all down next.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Box Office Breakdown.
There you go, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to Box Office Breakdown with a really cool table today. It's just really slick and smooth, according to Amy Cassandra Martinez.
This side feels so soft today.
Oh,
right here.
Just today.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've had this table for a while, but wow.
It's finally been smoothed out.
It's probably me right now.
True. That's right.
Just...
Welcome, everybody, to the Box Office Breakdown. Of course, this is not the show where we're talking about tabletops. I mean...
Not today.
Not today. We're spinning off into a new show. It's going to be Tabletop Breakdown.
Nice.
So be on the lookout for that. This is Box Office Breakdown. This, of course, is the show where we look back at the box office that was, and then we...
Prague.
Nah.
Stick.
Kate.
About the box office that lie ahead. I am Frank Moran.
I am Amy Cassandra Martinez.
And making us look good and sound even better, Bree in the booth.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, yes. That's the voice of a champion right there. Listen to her.
Yes.
I mean,
there you go.
I was listening to Queens We Are the Champions all morning long.
Yes, well, we're going to give Bree a moment to bask in her glory in just a second. But as always, folks, like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel, give it a thumbs up, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6, however many you can get. If you got a tabletop, just rub that as well.
I can't stop.
And the chat's up and running, so hop in, share your thoughts about anything that we're talking about, any movies you want to share or discuss. But Amy, if they're watching after we stream live, what can they do?
You guys can comment down below.
Oh, fantastic. So we'll break down this weekend's box office. We'll do another box office bet. At the end of the show, we'll do a spoiler-filled discussion there about Abominable as well as Judy. Oh, look at that. So, without any further ado, though, let's just jump into this weekend's box office.
Abominable.
Amy, what was the film?
Abominable.
Oh, wow.
It says different. It sounds different every single tongue. Whatever.
Understood.
You know?
That's right.
You say it differently every single time, and I think I've gone crazy because I'm pretty sure no one else notices that. It's okay.
The film, of course, that Amy's referencing is Abominable. Mm-hmm. There you go. From DreamWorks and Universal.
Say it one more time.
Abominable.
That
Abominable. Abominable.
Abominable. Abominable. Abominable.
Coming in with $20.85 million. That was also, before we jump into our thoughts about the film real quick, that was also the subject of this week's box office bet, because I know that Bree is on pins and needles. And the reason for that is because she is the champ. She crushed it again with a 21.5 bet. So just like a 6.5 shy. Nicely done, Bree.
You know, I have this theory that she's psychic. So
I'm only apparently for like the past 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I think I lost like the past months.
Did you recently get like hit on the head or something?
Yeah.
You know,
kind of kick-started something?
There was a weird person that came up to me and just smacked me in the face. So
Wow.
maybe that.
Oh, all right.
well, there you go.
Although that person was Ryan because he was just mad at me for making him lose the bet.
Ryan's
maybe
got the
that's
touch.
Okay.
So Bree wins a bet. Amy, comfortably coming in at second place with a $35 million bet.
You know, as long as I'm not losing.
No, I got the gold goose egg there. $38 million. I thought people would be excited to see this film. And then I went and saw this film. And then I saw why people weren't excited to go see this
I
film.
mean, I could have told you that.
Yeah. Well, then why didn't you tell me that last week? You bet $35 million.
But not 38.
Wow. 3 million shy.
So, yeah.
So we have DreamWorks Animation. We've got Pixar. Pixar.
Hands down.
Yes. But if you're hearing about a Pixar film, like stuff they were announcing at D23.
Yeah.
Sight unseen, just hearing about it,
there.
you're pumped. You're just like, all right, I'm going to go see this film. I feel like DreamWorks Animation wants to be that, yet they, at least to me, they are not.
Yeah, I would agree with that. When I hear DreamWorks movie is in the works. Mm-hmm. Do you like that?
It
Okay.
was nicely done.
All right. I'm like, okay, cool, good for them. And if it's animated, I'm like, I'm gonna wait. And if I see the trailer, I'm like, Yeah, that's pretty okay. I mean, besides How to Train Your Dragon 3, like I hadn't seen a DreamWorks movie, animated movie, in a very, very long time. And that movie kind of restored my hope and faith in DreamWorks, but this trailer just did not cut it for me. So that's why I didn't bet 38.
No. Yeah, there you go. Just a little shyer, 35.
Yeah.
But it is because they're heavily promoting from the studio that brought you How to Train Your Dragon, which is a fantastic franchise and has made me, as people often say, like, oh, Frank, do you even like anything? I will go on record saying that I enjoy all 3 How to Train Your Dragon films. I have cried at all 3 and during all 3. Look at that, because I'm in touch with my emotions.
Good for
That's
you.
right. But this film, it was just very light, and the story wasn't that engaging. There are moments in there where you can feel the bits of emotion they're trying to get from you.
Okay.
But it's just the story just was kind of just blah.
Would you say that there's an improvement though? Like taking out the How to Train Your Dragon, movies as a whole, would you say that DreamWorks movies are getting better and like hitting that? Because I think that's something that when I think of Pixar, I'm like, I know I'm going to feel stuff. Like kids are probably going to feel a little bit, but I know adults, we're going to be bawling our eyes out, like, and that's okay. Do you see that improvement?
I don't know, because I would only say the 2 franchises that I enjoy from them are How to Train Your Dragon, and then a few rungs down, I'd go to the Kung Fu Panda, but even that is like, eh.
Yeah.
But after that, it's the Shrek films. I never really enjoyed the Shrek films at all.
Nah, me neither.
And so, it's this. I also don't see that there's a possibility for. I mean, I guess you can make a sequel out of anything. They did a sequel to How to, sequel out of Pets 2.
Yeah, no one really asked for that one.
Nope, and they still made it anyway.
Yep.
So,
but you know what surprised me more out of like anything was the fact that there isn't anything else for kids right now, and even the kids were like, "Mom, Dad, you know what? We don't have to go."
no, that's true. Yeah, I was like, hey, I'll take my kid to this, and she was like, no, I'm not interested.
Even she knew.
Yeah, even she knew, and I was like, I gotta go see this movie.
All by
And it
yourself.
was also I saw it at 9:45 at night last night, so very sparsely populated. But there were a few kids. Parents had brought their kids, but it was a very sparse theater.
Did they laugh?
There were a couple of kids that kind of laughed at a few things. I'm like, all right.
At a few things.
Yeah, it wasn't like a nonstop laugh
Yeah.
riot. A little smattering of applause, which, given the amount of people in there, I guess isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, you can imagine.
Yeah, so I mean, the small amount of people, at least they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I was not one of them.
Guys, if you've seen this movie, go ahead and just comment in our chat or comment down below. And if you haven't, tell us your favorite Yeti movies.
There you go. Yep,
There's so many.
Yeah, you got Missing Link, Abominable, and
How about like winter themed scary
Okay.
things like
You
The
could
Thing?
say the one with Rudolph.
oh yeah, Smallfoot. There's Smallfoot.
Smallfoot.
There's
That's
Smallfoot, but there's the old school
Yeah.
Rudolph one and then he runs into the abominable snowman.
That's true. Him and Yukon Cornelius.
So those are 4
There you go.
options, guys.
All right, sure. There you go.
They're endless.
Yeah, when you get that specific hankering for
A
a
Yeti
Yeti
movie.
film. Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
you just go like, I gotta watch a film about a Yeti.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah.
Coming in number 2, though, our fine folks from Britain still keeping it strong there with Downton Abbey, another $14.5 million. Number 3, Hustlers, with another 11.4. You still haven't seen that yet.
Yes, I have. We already talked
that's
about
right
this.
too. Yeah.
I loved it.
Constance Wu was. You know what I will say that I did enjoy is
Okay.
usually in a role like the Jennifer Lopez role.
Yeah.
When things go sour at the end,
Yeah.
you're expecting them to just hate everybody. And I
Yes.
still like that connection between her and Constance Wu.
Yes.
I did like that. Mm-hmm. And I like that moment when one of them turns on the other, and when they say why, there's
Yes.
there's like, all right, I don't like it, but I completely understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. So I did like that about it, but I just didn't like Constance Wu.
I have to say, this was not my take on it, but some people are saying that it's kind of like the female version of Goodfellas, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. But fun fact, I just saw Goodfellas for the first time this weekend.
Wow.
I'd never seen all of it. So I can see why people sort of say that, and like the structure, kind of like there's so much that's like touched upon, and like that gang kind of feel and like scamming people. But I just think it's Hustlers.
Nice.
I don't think it's a female version of anything.
I will, for a hot 10-second tangent, I had a roommate, which I really didn't enjoy at the
story
time,
time. Yeah.
where he loved Goodfellas. Loved it. You know, gets a DVD. And he would come home and he'd start making dinner. And the first thing he'd do when he'd get home is he'd pop in the DVD of Goodfellas and start playing it.
Like every day?
Every day. Every single day. And then he'd start
Whoa.
making dinner. And the kitchen was, the kitchen and living room were right there. So it's all wide open. You could totally see the TV. But he'd turn the TV on, put on a Goodfellas, start making dinner. As soon as he was done making dinner, he'd bring it over to the TV, start the film over again, and then watch it right from the beginning. Drove me crazy. Good times, everybody. Moving on.
Wait, I do have a question for you guys. What's the movie that you've seen the most? Let us know down below. Okay.
Yeah, that was a long school year with that gentleman.
Jeez, that's awful. Really strange.
Yeah. Coming in number 4, It Chapter 2, another 10.4 million.
I'm just adding little sound effects here and there.
Oh, look at that. It was very nice.
Ooh.
And then rounding it out was Ad Astra from Fox, another 10.1 million.
That's a spaceship.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I just felt like I had to describe it just in case.
So, folks, that's going to do it for this week's top 5. But, of course, we got to give Brie another chance to win again. And usually we would say, hey, folks, we're going to tell you the films that are coming out next weekend so you can start voting in the chat room. Let us know which film you want us to do the box office bet on. But, again, like that last week, this week we only have one film coming out. And we'll get into that. That is The Joker, coming out from Warner Brothers. So that is the one film we'll be doing the box office bet on a little bit later in the show. There is a lot of debate about The Joker.
Yeah.
It did very well in Venice. It was also in the Toronto International Film Festival as well. And I felt like there was a lot of excitement, but then there's also a lot of blowback coming from it as well.
Yeah.
So, Amy, for you,
Yeah.
are you excited about seeing The Joker? And if not, why not?
Honestly, no. No, I think I was, especially with the first trailer. You guys know this. I'm not a huge DC fan. Maybe I don't know. I didn't grow up with DC except for Christopher Reeve's Superman. But seeing the first trailer, I was like, wow, this is a great choice for a song. So I immediately attached to that song and I was like, this is great. I think I could really like this. And then I saw the second trailer. I'm like, wait, what is this trying to say? And I think that conversation that everyone's having, some people have seen it, some like we haven't. It makes me just kind of concerned and apprehensive. And unfortunately, the way that social media works now is if you have an opinion on something and someone disagrees with it, they attack it. So that's kind of frightening because when it comes to basically what people are talking about, like, what it's trying to say, that Joker is just trying to get revenge because, people don't like him and just that kind of idea. The fact that people are like defending that specific part makes me concerned. And I there's just been a whole lot of, like you said, blowback with it that I'm just kind of like, you know what? I had to like dip my toes in the water and then I was like, I'm not sure. And then all of this is just like, then now I'm like, maybe I should not. And I think that's really unfortunate. Because like I've always said, I feel like we can't make up our minds about a film until we've seen it. And I'd rather not hear other people's opinions about it because I don't necessarily agree with one person all the time.
No, that's very true. And I think the frustrating thing is that if you do see some of the negative commentary that's coming out about it, which can be completely valid for the person that was seeing it. That's what they took away from the film. But then their comments are being followed up by people who haven't seen the movie, yet will still kind of tack on to that. Like, but you haven't seen the movie. So maybe you should wait before you start hopping on your social soapbox and saying how you feel.
True. But with that being said, what's been said is terrifying, I think.
Terrifying?
Yeah, honestly, like there's a lot of stuff that I don't like want to say out loud because it's scary. But
that he's a clown. That he wears makeup.
Oh my God. No, but like I'm sure if you did a lot of digging, you could find stuff. And I feel like that toxicity of the film community, especially on Twitter, can be really scary. And I think that as long as we just appreciate everyone's opinions and just like take them for what they are, other people's opinions, and take the movies for what they are. I feel like right now we're just kind of like, well, I don't know. Like once we see it, then I think we'll be able to be like, oh crap, like that's exactly what this movie was trying to be. But I would hope that this movie isn't trying to be something negative. Does that make sense?
I can understand that. I have a feeling that I will feel about this film the way that I felt about Venom, where it's if you take that character and present it outside of the trappings of Spider-Man for Venom or the Marvel Universe or DC. I mean, he takes place in Gotham. Supposedly the Waynes are tangential, like tertiary characters in this film, but to like Batman and Joker come up together. So to have him be in a world where there is no Batman as of right now, I don't know if I'm going to be as excited about that portrayal. I mean, everybody's entitled to take their to present their different takes, but I think I enjoy Joker in a world where Batman currently exists, rather than Joker is just kind of some standalone character in a world without that.
Help me out with this one, because I did recently see, it was the Batman movie with, I think it was Batman Returns. Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, I didn't know what to expect, but it was Batman Day, like last week, 2 weeks ago, maybe. And yeah, I like the idea of Batman being in that universe and like doing his thing. But I did miss Joker because he wasn't in it, but Catwoman was. And so I can understand what you're saying, that like it would be nice to have that Batman next to him. But who is your favorite Batman? Like if you could put a Batman next to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, who would it be?
Ooh. That is tough, because are we going by the ones that have already played Batman?
I mean, sure, I guess, because we've already seen them. And ignore age, because I feel like that's unfair, because then you'd like knock out half of them.
But if I'm casting this and kind of like you're doing a new Joker, so I'd want to probably do a new Batman.
Okay, yeah.
You know what? I've always thought, and maybe he's a little bit too far, but John Hamm. I'd always been curious to see what he would do as Batman.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel... that's interesting. Because isn't Robert Pattinson's going to be our new Batman?
And I'm jazzed about that. I think that's a cool take. I don't think he and Joaquin... I don't think the two of them would line up. That I would want to see that come over.
Yeah.
I mean, and this film takes place back in, I think, the 70s. So I don't... Logically, it wouldn't work, but I don't know if I'd want to see those two current day. But like a John Hamm, oh, come on now, you know what I'm talking about.
Let's see it, John.
Right. Okay.
We know you're listening.
That's right.
So let's just see it.
I mean, he was tweeting me earlier. It's like, I'm going to make sure I'm in the chat room.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's
see.
probably in there under a pseudonym. He doesn't like to just say.
Frank, sorry to deviate just a second from the conversation, but going back to Abominable, Star Drew did have a question in the chat asking if it was better than Ferdinand, or even if you would rather watch Storks again.
I would definitely rather watch Storks.
Ooh.
Yes, I would absolutely watch Storks before I would watch this. Yes, it's it's a very light film, and it wants to be more, but it doesn't. At least for me, it doesn't get there. I would put it Storks, Abominable, then Ferdinand.
Hey, Ferdinand's not that bad.
It's not that great either.
I mean, I haven't seen Abominable, but I've seen Ferdinand, and it was actually not. It was cute. It was nice.
No. So, Stardew, that is that power ranking for Abominable. Yeah, you'll feel your heartstrings getting plucked a couple times, but overall, and you'll know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about heartstrings. But overall, it's not that great. All right, folks. Some hot. Yes, Amy, you were thinking.
No. I was just thinking what you just said. That was a good teaser.
Oh, there you go.
Guess we now have to see this.
Now you'll have
Yeti
to go
movie.
see it. Yep. But not Brie, because she is a winner, and winners don't have to go do those sorts of things.
That must be nice.
There you go.
Okay.
That's right.
Everyone.
I was talking
I'm
about
basking it while I can, because next week may not be the case.
That's true. Coming up for international numbers here, it's in its second week, Ad Astra again led the international box office, landing another $18 million from 50 markets. The overseas total right now is 53.5 for 89 million worldwide. Now, the financial sources are saying, though, that if Ad Astra ends up in the 150 million worldwide range, it will end up losing 30 million or more in the 2 years after all the markets have played out. It'll still come up as a loser.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And but for you, is Brad Pitt, you think box office success? Yes?
No,
you don't think so?
No. I mean, it was just proved.
That's true.
But yeah, no, I think Brad Pitt with someone like Leo That did really well, but it was also Quentin Tarantino.
But it's also, I forgot, Amy Cassandra Martinez does not buy into the Brad Pitt hype.
No, like I think the first movie that I was like, wow, I really like him in this role was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah, I tried watching Fight Club and I was like, what the heck is this?
What about any of the Ocean's films?
I saw the first one and I was like, okay.
All right. Thelma and Louise.
Oh, okay, he's good in that.
Okay.
I mean, his minor role, but yeah, Thelma and Louise are the highlight.
Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Never saw it.
All right.
But I do want to see it.
Go see that. Go see that.
I feel like that would,
Make sure you just have, like, you have to not be in a sleepy mood to watch Benjamin Button, because it is, like, I feel like almost 3 hours long.
Oh, but it's so good.
It's so good, but it's just not, like, the fastest paced movie, so just don't watch it while you're sleepy.
Okay. No, like, I want to give him a shot. It's not that I don't like him as an actor. I think he's fine.
So don't eat, like, a big meal and then plop on down.
So no carbs. Oh,
to watch
imagine just, like,
Vegas.
a nice bowl of pasta and then you just... Nope, bad news, yeah.
It Chapter 2 clowned around for another $11 million there in 78 overseas markets.
Oh,
There you go.
it's okay.
Were you trying to be Pennywise?
Yeah,
All right.
kind of sounded like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
That could mean something.
All right. The offshore total right now is $223.5 million for a $417.4 million international total.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Good for them. Yes. And Downton Abbey, it has topped the $100 million mark. Do you think there's going to be another Downton Abbey film?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, there's got to be.
Yeah.
They have made that. I feel like they've made that leap from a successful TV series. Now they can jump into films.
Yeah. I'm
that's
happy
what you
for
want.
them. Like, I'm happy for the fans that are happy, and I'm happy for the cast and the crew involved.
All right.
Thank you.
There
It
you
sounded
go.
like a speech. I don't know.
That's right. It was. And then Abominable, that opened up in 27 markets for $8.8 million internationally. So it is at now $10.2 million overseas and $31 million worldwide, with many key major markets to come. So we'll see how that does. And of course, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Amy Cassandra's
going.
favorite film there, at another $7 million in 62 markets. And it also included a record launch for Quentin Tarantino in Korea.
Whoa.
Now, what would you consider a record launch in Korea for a Quentin Tarantino film? What would you think?
Pulp Fiction.
There you go. But in terms of a money total, what do you think?
Oh, my. 79.
Dollars? What?
Yeah,
70
million?
Million? For this weekend, $1.4 million. That was record setting for Quentin Tarantino in Korea.
Oh.
1.4 million. That was it.
Oh.
There you go.
Whoa.
Which beat Django Unchained.
Oh.
There you go. So right now the offshore total is $218.4 million for a $357 million global total.
I'm still stuck on that. 1.4 million.
1.4. That's all it takes to become for a personal best for Quentin Tarantino in Korea.
You know, we should make a movie and like release it in Korea and see how well we do.
All
you
right.
know, us, Quentin Tarantino, it's like the
Yeah,
same.
pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Just, we got to beat 1.4.
Yeah, we can crowdsource it here with our fine folks. I mean, I'm sure Star Drew would love executive producer credit.
Hey,
Yeah.
guys, let us know in the
That's
chat.
right. We'll go make this movie.
Let's do it.
All right. So speaking of the Joker there, I figured we'd do a little box office rewind about one of the actors in an upcoming film. And since it is just the Joker, why don't we focus on the title character himself and the actor that portrays him, Joaquin Phoenix. So we are doing his top 5 opening box office weekend films here. Coming in at number 5, Ladder 49 from Disney back in 2004, $22 million. It was him and your boy John Travolta.
Oh, I heard about that one.
A lot of people chatting about that one.
Yes,
back.
actually. Wait, what year did you say again?
2004.
Yeah, I remember hearing about it.
Really? When do
it.
you remember hearing about it?
Hey, there's this movie. It's called Ladder 49. John Travolta's in it. It's in theaters.
All right. See there. Look at that handsome guy just sitting there wearing that little fireman gear.
Yeah.
It's an okay film.
Oh.
Coming in number 4 though for him in 2005, he did a little film called Walk the Line. That did $22.3 million.
You know, I feel like that movie would be my jam. I don't know why I haven't seen it yet.
You
Oh
saw
my
it?
god, it's so good, Amy. You have to go see
There's
it.
some good music in there.
Yeah.
And the
and-
acting.
Oh, and it's
Reese
got-
with...
Yeah, it's got
Stop.
your boy.
Stop. I know
Yeah.
that you're going to go there.
Yeah.
Yes, my girl Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got an Oscar for it.
Yeah. Why aren't you? Well,
I need to take my time, okay? I have
yeah, that's true.
No,
It's
like
14 years ago.
Did
You're
he
right.
get the Oscar for this one? Or did he not? He was nominated at least, right?
Yes. I would not be surprised if he. Let's see. Did he win for that?
Wait, I'm curious too.
All right,
Well,
find out for us.
oh, I thought it was going to be a race. Okay.
No,
It's not?
I'll let you win
Okay. Well,
with that information.
awards. He was nominated, but he did not win.
Oh.
Yeah, they were nominated for Best Achievement in Sound Mixing, Best Achievement in Costume Design, Best Achievement in Film Editing, and yeah, Joaquin and Reese were both nominated, and she won. I remember her winning.
I bet he won like a Golden Globe for it.
Let me see.
There you go.
Yes, he got the Golden Globe and the.
There you go.
Yeah, Reese also got a Golden Globe and a BAFTA.
How would you feel if you just only won a Golden Globe for a film you did? You didn't get nominated for the Oscar, but you won the Golden Globe. Would you still feel like, yeah, I did it?
Well, I don't know about like, yeah, I did it, but it's like cool. I was recognized for my work on this film. And I feel like as actors, you kind of have to be like, you know what? It's not all about that, but it gets to, at a certain point, like, yeah, we all have hopes and dreams and stuff. So everybody wants an Oscar. Like, that makes sense. But if you let that be the driving force, then you're just kind of stuck. That's like not good. And sometimes Oscars aren't necessarily given just for one role. Like sometimes it feels like a long time coming, like Leo, you know?
I heard Stephen Colbert mention last week on his show that the only thing that he liked about fame was that it allowed you to get more work.
Well, heck, I mean, even just the Emmys last weekend, people have gotten more opportunities after winning Emmys. I mean, and I would say they won Emmys because they were already like doing really great work. And so that was going to come anyway. But the timing of things just kind of like lined up. Like Phoebe Waller-Bridge, she signed this huge deal with Amazon right after winning like a bajillion Emmys. I'm like, ooh, you know, but you never know. I don't know.
I mean, and you've won a lot of box office bets, so your time is coming any moment now.
Yeah, it's 50-50, but not really, because it depends on how many people are here. So it's a 33.33333.
But I'm just saying, you're gonna have a big signing that you're gonna be doing, right?
Yeah, guys, like feel free to come. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's gonna announce a big multi-picture deal, multi-hosting deal.
Exactly.
Something. It's coming.
Yeah.
Coming anytime now.
Yeah.
Coming back in for Joaquin Phoenix for number 3 in his top 5 opening weekend box office results there. Gladiator. Came out in 2000 there. $34.8 million.
You know, a lot of people would not agree with me on this, but I feel like there are way too many Gladiator movies. Or like...
What?
like actors in Gladiator related.
There are
like,
way
attire.
too many?
Yeah.
This is the same one as Russell Crowe, though.
Oh, really? Not that familiar.
Really?
Yeah,
So you've never
but
seen it?
I haven't.
It's worth checking out, for sure. You should put that on your Letterboxd, not sponsored.
Well, no, Letterboxd is there is no queue. Like you just write down the movies you've seen.
Okay, well then we'll go see it so you can add it on there so people can follow you and hear your thoughts.
At Amy Cassandra MTC. I also have a list starting for my favorite movies of the year. So it's coming up, you know?
Yeah, great. Well, maybe Gladiator might be on them.
No, of this year. They have to have been released this year.
Okay.
Okay.
It was released to your eyes this year.
I like that. Yeah.
The music is fantastic in there. The score. Yeah, Hans Zimmer did the music.
Oh, I love Hans
Ridley
Zimmer.
Scott directs it. You got Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, it is. There's some really cool stuff in there, so it is worth checking out.
Okay.
That was, that was when you felt like you've seen Russell Crowe kind of really come into like being the movie star that he would become after that.
Ah.
So you had Gladiator, and then you followed her up with A Beautiful Mind.
Oh, I love that film.
Yeah,
That
so
one's really good.
You started seeing him really come into it. Coming in number 2 is The Village from M. Night Shyamalan there with Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix. That was 2004. That made $50.7 million.
Which I don't remember.
That's
this
the one where the aliens are invading our planet.
Not to be confused with Signs.
No. This was The Village.
Okay,
Oh wait, no, wait. The Signs is The Village. You're right. That's the other M. Night Shyamalan, where they're hanging out with Bryce Dallas Howard, right? Yes.
Dude, I don't think I've ever seen The
Signs
Village.
is the Mel Gibson. Joaquin
Well, because
Phoenix.
Signs
I finally watched The Village in its entirety.
That's a disappointing
in
film.
its entirety.
I tried watching it in high school, right? Like, me and my boyfriend were watching movies after prom, and, like, that was one of them, and we both fell asleep.
That's how you spent your post-prom evening, is watching it.
I mean, he's a keeper. That's
Back to
awesome,
house and
watching
watch
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were super cool.
All right.
that is cool. Wait, you don't think it's cool to watch movies, Frank?
After prom?
Yeah.
What
What
about the smooching?
and other things that
Can you not smooch while you watch movies, Frank?
Well, yeah, but you fell asleep, so...
Well, to Village, yeah. We watched other ones before that.
All right.
Oh, which one? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, based off of the stills on IMDb, it looks interesting-ish.
No, it won't be. Trust me. That's when it felt like M. Night felt like, I gotta have a twist. And wait till you get it.
I love M. Night. How dare you?
Really?
Yes.
You know,
he's fantastic.
No, I can't do it. Coming in at number 1, though, is the film that we were supposed to be talking about, and that is Signs. Back in 2002, another $60.1 million to it.
Okay, super quick story time.
Oh, all right. Lay it on us.
This was the first movie that scarred me as a kid.
Really?
Yes. This was the first scary movie I saw, and I was like, this is it. I don't think I can ever watch these kinds of movies. I can't. This is terrifying. That one, spoiler alert, but there's this one scene where the alien is in the back of the birthday party.
Yes.
Like, that's going to happen to me. I had birthday parties outside, and I was like half expecting that an alien would walk by. It was terrifying. And that scene with like the what is it, the knife or something that gets slid under the door, that was terrifying. And then the water, the glasses of water everywhere. I didn't have that many glasses of water, but I always thought, you never know when you will need a glass of water. And then the baseball bat. It was a lot for little Amy to handle. But
Really?
I have seen it recently, meaning like in the last 2 years. And I was like, hey, it's not that bad. It's okay. You got this. You've seen Hereditary now, Amy. So I guess it wasn't 2 years ago. But yeah.
But not that great of a film. I mean, it's fine.
I mean.
But at the end where everything starts lining up, like, swing away. All right. Okay.
You know, it's one of those things where if you first watch a movie when you're a kid and you have a lot of like those feelings, they don't all go away when you watch them the second time. So it still kind of feels like you're watching it through like that lens.
Yeah, kind of like the nostalgia factor. You're like, oh my gosh, I remember exactly when I first watched this.
Yeah. So I feel like it's hard for me to really like analyze it because I'm like, nah, that really scared me. It did its job. Now I'm a big girl. Like Hereditary, Us, Midsummer. Like, I can do those.
All right. There you go. Fantastic.
Yeah. I'm proud.
Any other films there? As we're getting ready to talk about next week's top 5, as we leave Joaquin Phoenix and his box office legacy behind, any other films or trailers that you've seen before we go into the next week's top 5?
Oh my gosh. There's this really goofy looking movie that I cannot remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's about this phone app that like...
Oh, yeah. Jexy?
The Countdown.
Oh, the Countdown. The one, yes. With Jordan Calloway. There you go, from Riverdale and Black Lightning. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, gosh. That looks really silly, but also kind of gave me Happy Death Day vibes where you're like, okay, and you're thinking of dismissing it, but it might actually be really good.
I was actually surprised. That is a concept that I would think that it would be a Blumhouse film, but it's not. It's a STX film. I guess it is Hustlers. So.
See, now that's how we're always going to identify it. Yeah, I feel like based on the trailers, I think there's some things where it's like it would have been cooler if it wasn't like some outside force or something. I don't know. Like if it was literally the app doing that, like electronic things. I don't know. But I'm curious to see it. And of course, before the end of the year, we've got, it's not Won't You Be My Neighbor, but it's the other. What's the other title? It's the Tom
I'm Next
Hanks.
Door. That's what it's called. I'm Next Door.
Hey, just come on over. Won't you be my... well, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
There you go. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's my most...
It's called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Thank you. Because it's part of the song. I'm like, you guys mess me up by like having 2 movies that are basically the song. Right. Most anticipated movie of the year after like now.
real quick, give me a 10-second reaction. How do you feel about Sony and Disney striking an agreement to have a third Spider-Man film? Okay.
Oh, and really quickly, Frozen 2 trailer. But I
Yes.
also love Frozen, so
No, I'm down. I am all down for that.
yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, but thanks.
Well, I know, but I finally saw the trailer.
Oh, you finally saw it.
The Frozen 2 trailer,
Okay.
yeah. I was
All
going
right.
to do a trailer reaction, but,
Spielberg wasn't available?
he wasn't.
Okay.
He's very booked right now. That's my
Understood.
cat, guys. Yeah, he always makes an appearance in my reaction videos. But
There you go.
he's been very booked.
Understood. I mean,
Yeah.
the guys,
It's almost his time of the year. October is very busy for him.
That's
He's
true.
a black cat.
Yes.
He's adorable. I miss him.
We'll bring him next time. Let everybody else see
Oh
him.
my God. Yeah.
Oh, boy, what a train wreck that would be.
What are you talking about? He's a star. He's
I
always
am.
ready for the camera.
Got it.
Okay.
Understood. So, folks, we've got 5 films that we've got to pick on for next week's top 5, and we're only
Yes.
adding the Joker into the mix.
Yes.
I do not think it's any stretch to think that is going to take number 1.
Correct. I
It is
agree.
very, at least it appears to be a very divisive film, and I feel like that is going to draw people to the box office.
Yeah. How much are you thinking? Were
Why-
you were gonna answer?
It took me a minute, and I was like, no, a second, and I was like, no, wait, that would be showing my hand, and I can't do that.
Go ahead.
Do you see the top 5, basically everything just shuffling down, and we're going to say farewell Ad Astra?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
Right?
as much as there's things that are enjoyable about Ad Astra, the fact that it's October, scarier time, I feel like it can hold out a little longer than Ad Astra.
Yeah, I don't understand why it came out so early.
Are you complaining? I mean, they're not complaining. They did extremely well.
No, I
I mean,
know.
last
but
it also came out like end of August, beginning September, or something around there. I remember that
I just,
same timing.
I don't know. I feel like it would have been perfect at the late September, early October. Because now I'm ready. Now, let's do this. Horror movies, here I come.
Well, I mean, was it almost a year ago was when Halloween
Halloween.
came in.
Yeah. Well, that was October 21st. Is that right? Did I just say that?
No,
Okay, if that's right, that'd be really cool. If it's wrong, I didn't say anything.
Okay, there you
Okay.
go. So, do you concur?
Yeah, it's just gonna. Yeah.
All right. I do not disagree with that. So, folks, it is time for our hot box office bet here. We'll be doing our bet on the Joker. And the way it works is that Amy, Bree, and myself will all bet what we think the opening box office total will be for the film in contention, which this week is the Joker. Whoever's closest will get to be like Bree and bask in the feeling of victory. The loser will have to be like me and have to go see the film and tell you all about it.
Do you already have your tickets for Joker? Are you gonna rush out to see it Thursday night, Friday, or what's your deal?
I probably will see it Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got tickets for Friday.
Oh, well, look at you. All right. What time are you going, Bree?
What?
What time are you going?
I just want to tell you.
Okay.
What time are we
understood.
going to the Joker movie? Right? 9:30.
All right, great. What seats did you get?
A5.
I know it's the reclining chairs.
Oh, all right. There you go. All right, so we got Bree, and we got Amy, and then we've got myself. All right. I mean, I feel like I'm all right. Let's see.
What? What are you feeling like?
What am I feeling like? There
Let
we
it
go.
out, Frank.
Just
It's
let it out.
okay.
It's
It's
okay
an
to
open
share.
space here.
I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna feel like the buzz about this film is gonna help. So, all right. I got a number. I've got a number. Bree, are you good to go?
Yes.
Amy,
Yeah.
look at the confidence on Amy right there. Everybody, look at Amy's face as Bree says her number, and we'll just see that's so you can totally gauge how Amy feels about her bet.
My hands are starting to get clammy. I just don't want to
Just rub
lose.
them on the table.
Oh, I forgot about the gorgeous table.
There you go.
Thanks, Frank.
All right, Bree, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with 103.7.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Nicely done. Nicely done. Whew. And the 0.7, just the cherry on top of that. 103.7. Okay. Amy, what do you got?
Come on, phone. 55.
55 for Amy. Myself,
Oh, dear. Oh dear.
Just as I say, just got away with the skin of my teeth. I went 56.
What?
Baby.
You guys think it's gonna make that little?
Bree, you're right. When you said 103, I was thinking like, we've had these low numbers. But you're right, Bree. I think hearing that number, I was like, oh yeah. Oh,
It's
okay.
the only movie out, really,
Yep.
that weekend.
And it's getting a lot of publicity.
Getting a lot of publicity. It's the only superhero film out for a while.
Yeah, but like publicity can be good and bad. Because
It's tracking at 90-something million right now, I
I don't
think.
care what it's tracking. Then why'd you? No, never mind. Whatever. It's fine. Why couldn't you have done 55, Frank? We could have just been on the same level.
I know.
I don't understand.
There you go. But I went
I'm
56.
getting itchy. Oh my gosh. It's fine. It's fine.
Folks, look at that. We've done it. We've got a couple minutes left. We talked a little bit about Abominable, but I would do a little spoiler-filled thoughts about
Spoiler alert!
That always
Judy.
scares
Spoiler
me.
alert!
So,
Spoiler
Please,
alert!
yes.
yes. So if you
Spoiler
don't want to be
alert.
spoiled, hop out and we'll just say our goodbyes right now. So
Hi.
thanks for joining us. Like us on Facebook. Give us those 5 stars on iTunes. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give it a thumbs up. 2 or 3, 4, 5 or 6. And thank you everybody for hopping in the chat. But Amy, if they've been able to not watch us live, which shame on you if you haven't, but they still want to share their thoughts, what can they do?
You guys can comment down below. We'll chat with y'all.
Absolutely. And if you want to stay in touch with any of us, Bree, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Bri, BRI_Phipps, PHIPPS on Twitter and Instagram.
You guys can find me on all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ.
Oh, did not nail it.
Did not nail it. Did not. But you guys know where to find me. Hey.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HappyGoJackie. All right, folks, if you want to hop out right now before we get into some spoiler-filled talk, we'll see you next Sunday. Till then, go see some movies. All right.
Let's get down to it.
Judy!
Okay. That's interesting.
Yes, good old Renee Zellweger playing Judy
Yes.
Garland.
Yes.
I found this film kind of underwhelming.
No.
I feel like this is a film that played for her to, like, if you look at it, it's her performance. And while I don't
Okay.
know if she necessarily captures Judy Garland, she at least, it's sort of like Anthony Hopkins in Nixon. Doesn't quite look like her, look like the character, doesn't quite sound like the character, but at least gets some of the characters kind of,
Yeah.
but it's not quite there, but she still does kind of hold on to this film.
How's the plot? Because I always find that biopics are a little like all over the place. Sometimes
This
hit
one
or
goes
miss.
into a very small window towards the end of her life that it covers. Basically, when she's kind of fading out of the Hollywood system,
Yeah.
she's broke. She needs to go to London to do these shows to hopefully make some money so she can try to maintain custody of her kids. So that's the kind of, and it comes in right towards the end of her life, and that's the kind of what we're going into. But it also does a few flashbacks back to her as a child actor, so you can see some of those things, like Louis B. Mayer, kind of groping her, touching her, things like that. The flash, I don't know. Admittedly, I probably would have liked to have seen a little bit more of those flashbacks as story points, as opposed to dwelling at the end of her life. And it does give you that thing for biopic that it's still. I mean, I guess when you're doing a biopic, you want it to end on some sort of upbeat sort of note, I guess. But her life was it ended kind of on a sour note.
Well, that's what makes why I feel like there's so much good that happened in her life that why would you focus on such a small part that was so sad? I wonder how Liza Minnelli feels about this.
Well, as far as I know, it's like the family is not thrilled with the film because it feels like it just doesn't do their mother justice. So.
It's not a celebration of the happy times. It's dwelling on the sad.
No, it's true. I mean, but it is a legitimate take. I feel like if you wanted to, because that is all stuff that happened.
Yeah.
I just, it's a slow moving movie, and it doesn't quite land the way that I think that they would like it to land.
So Walk the Line, maybe if you want to watch a musical.
Yes,
person
I would
biopic.
hands down watch Walk the Line again before I'd watch Judy again.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a shame because there were parts in there that about her as her life. There's a lot of fascinating stuff about it, and there are moments where she lights up. She talks about Mickey Rooney asking her out, and people's memories. Yeah, even at 47 years old, looking back to when you were a child or even a teen actor, the way you remembered in your head may not be the way that it really happened. And even she admits, like, he asked me out and I didn't say anything, or at least that's the way I remember it. Or, just things like that. It was just interesting. Those stories where the parts are like, I'd almost rather see those things.
Yeah,
than just hear
don't
about
tell
them.
me. Show me. Yeah.
All right, folks. If you're into Oscar seasons and you want to see a film that could lead to an Oscar nomination for Renee Zellweger, check it out. But don't go out of your way. Just let it come to you. That's my feeling on it. But anyway, folks, that's gonna do it for this episode of Box Office Breakdown. Lots of people are gonna go see The Joker.
Maybe
and,
stay home.
No, I mean, Amy really wants to see this movie, so give her an excuse by making sure you go see it yourself. Until next Sunday, go see some movies.
Stay at home.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.